We're gonna try a thing.
Success is not the goal.
Success, in fact, would be a surprise. Success is an unfortunate byproduct of what we're trying to do. I have no idea what I'm doing.
Okay. We have a weird package.
Oh, look at, well, there's the first clue.
Oh my God.
We have a protrusion.
I was saying, I think this is the reason that a bunch of other people's packages are now ruined in the back of a UPS truck.
There's no question that this was next to someone's poorly packaged package. And it is now destroyed.
Literally like a battering ram sliding around in the back of it.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because I didn't know that this was going to get here this fast. And when that day that this showed up, the FedEx guys were like, we got a package for you. It's like 175 pounds or something like that. And all I was expecting that day was like a DisplayPort cable that I ordered. And I was like, ha ha, funny joke. And then they had me come out and help them unload this monstrosity. And we haven't touched it yet until now. So today's video will be unboxing this Chinese anvil that sells for $225 on VEVOR.com, and we will see what it's all about.
How much does a decent anvil cost?
Oh, like good anvils will go for anywhere from $3,000 to $5,000. Like a this size, really hard steel, good mold, good casting, you know, precision top. Anvils are very expensive. Ask any knife maker, blacksmith, you know. A quality anvil, even for one that's real old and kind of haggard, they go for a lot of money because of the steel that they're made of. One trick people use to determine how hard the anvil is take a hardened ball bearing and they drop it on the top of the anvil, and the height that it bounces kind of tells you how hard it is.
Interesting.
And the sound, you can kind of tell how good an anvil is too if you listen to it. If it's softer metal, it'll sound what they call dead. A real hard steel will kind of ring like a bell. I'm not a blacksmith, so I'm kind of talking based on what I've heard smarter people say. But yeah, I think that's an anvil, and let's get it back in the shop.
Yeah, so how do you propose we...
Well, I got a little cart we can put it on.
Okay.
Well, that's good enough. All right, well, we're gonna get this thing up here. Ready? Yep. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, it's not too bad.
Yeah. 100 and some pounds, 130 pounds. Okay, here we are. My name's Tay, this is Lift Arc Studios. And I don't normally do product review unboxings, but when a company reaches out to you and offers to send you stuff for free with no stipulations, no script, no rules, they just said, here you go. Here's one of the things on the wish list you put together. So here we are. That's what we're gonna do today. This, allegedly, is the 132-pound blacksmith anvil, steel anvil, 60 kilogram solid heat-treated round horn metalwork. From VEVOR.com, VEVOR. Tough equipment and tools, pay less. That is right at the top of the website.
Okay.
This retails for $225.99. Free delivery anywhere in the US, and it's the heaviest of all their anvil options. Here's some marketing wank. Premium material, 132 pounds, made from drop forged high grade steel, which features high hardness, strength, and durability. I think this is the hardness. It's an excellent grade material of 50 HRC. Hot rolled, or some kind of Rockwell hardness scale. I'm not sure what HRC is. The solid base also keeps it sturdy.
I would hope so.
Yeah. Yeah. Then it tells you what an anvil's for. I think we all know what an anvil's for. So let's get into this thing and see what it's all about. If this was a proper unboxing video, we talk about the box. So it's a plywood box with this like metal stripping. Honestly, probably one of the more affordable ways to package an anvil, although it appears that...
Oh my, it's coming through even more.
It appears that the box hasn't been able to fully contain the anvil. And it's funny, you can already tell that there's like a dent on the tip of the anvil. Oh, no. It looks like a cruise ship that came through a wall. So I think I see how it works. This is my chosen opening device. I would absolutely hate to ship an anvil anywhere.
I was just thinking that.
The fact that they can do this for quote unquote free. And let's face it, most places it's not free shipping. They have just already included the price of shipping in the item. So this likely cost far less for them to make than $200 some, which is another red flag if we're being honest. Yep. I feel like I'm being far too ginger. It's an anvil for gosh sakes. That's what you wanted to see, right? All right. Look at that. It had some plastic on top to keep the grease on it. Get it out of the box. Well, it's already not flat. It wobbles, so that's interesting. Yeah, it looks like they've quote unquote machined it. Look at those rough machining marks here. Okay, it's a little more flat. It's been machined. Achayao. So this is the company that I ordered it from, but that looks like it was just stenciled on. Function-wise, it looks killer. You know, this is the horn. You got other parts. I don't know all the parts of the anvil, but you've got a square hole in here, you've got a round hole in here. Those are usually for different like tools and dies and things that you can put in your anvil. There's a lot of flashing here, a little lack of refinement. You got a little metal, extra metal right there. But it actually sounds kind of hard. This anvil here I've had for a while, my first little anvil. This one came from Harbor Freight, and it is dead as a doornail. It's very soft. I mean, just the tool marks alone left in the top of that. You know, this is very soft. I can put a dent in it with a hammer. So that's not hardened at all. This one does sound harder.
Okay.
See the difference?
Yeah.
This is definitely harder. This is Harbor Freight anvil. This is the VEVOR 132 pound anvil.
Okay.
Good start. Let's be honest. There's no feasible way that you're gonna be able to buy a quote unquote nice anvil for $200 some. That's pretty good though. And it's huge. It's the biggest one they make. Look at all this working surface. I have thus exhausted my entire knowledge on anvils. I use them to hit metal and make it flat. I'm not a blacksmith. An anvil is not the fixture of my shop, but.
How much was that Harbor Freight guy?
This is a 55 pound anvil that I got from Harbor Freight for 75 bucks. I probably had a coupon probably. This one's $226. So I feel like this is the cost, the margins, the profit they're making off each one based on the material is probably a proportional scale. But I'm rather impressed with that. I want to hit it really hard and see what. Dang, dude.
I don't see anything.
That's hard. No dent whatsoever versus, oh yeah.
Oh, yep.
There, this leaves a mark immediately. So this is more than just machined cast iron. Cool.
That's impressive. Wow, that was a big difference.
This is a big, well here, you wanna, we can give people some science. But if we drop it from 12 inches, gosh, it bounced up like 9 or 10 inches.
I think it was 10.
Versus, so there you go. The harder it is, the less it's going to absorb the energy. It's just going to pass the energy back into the bearing, and ball bearings are very hard steel as well. So hard steel plus hard steel equals bouncy ball.
Wow.
Versus hard steel, soft steel, this absorbs a lot of the energy from this, and that's why it doesn't bounce as high.
You can just hear the difference in the sound too. This like has a very high-pitched ring to it.
Exactly. High quality anvils ring, and this does not.
This has exceeded my expectations so far.
I mean, genuinely surprised. So, if you've already seen it online or in early this video, maybe Walker put it in, but you know, VEVOR sells all kinds of stuff and their price points are really compelling. I was able to make quite a comprehensive list of things that I thought the shop would benefit from, and this was just one of those things. So who knows? I've never heard of VEVOR before this, and I've shopped for tools online for like my whole life. If you've heard of VEVOR or you've bought something from VEVOR, let me know.
Yep.
I'd be very curious to hear some reviews of the whole deal, the customer service, or I mean, surely shipping was quick. Maybe 2 days it took to get to my shop here in Roanoke. So, you know, what's funny, cosmetically, there's a lot that I'm seeing that raises questions. So, as far as the casting is concerned, it's pretty rough. See, it almost looks like what you see on styrofoam molds. I don't know what that's all about. These are impressions obviously left by the mold. Look, based on the texture, it was probably a sand mold, but there is a seam in the middle. It's got 2 big holes. Okay, these holes are all the way through, so this square hole goes through here, and there's a corresponding square hole. I can already tell you that's a weak spot. Right. That would break. Same here. But this circular hole corresponds with this piece, so this goes all the way down through there, and this one goes all the way down through there. But you know, you look closely and you can start to see where they cut corners, which is fine. Again, you know, there's pretty decent machining finish on this, and first impressions are good. The MD60 by Aquial, sold by VEVOR.
VEVOR.
VEVOR. Yeah, someone out there tell us how we should be saying that.
Yeah.
This is a 36-inch ruler, essentially, made by Starrett. And Starrett, if you're a machinist, is one of the nicest brands of measuring equipment manufacturers there is. So I trust this thing's flatness. And so it's not perfect. You can see a little bit of daylight in the middle. But for what it is, that's pretty good. I mean, really flat. Well, it's as level as the table is. I don't know, I mean, by every faculty I have available to me today, I think this is pretty dang good. And it sounds like I'm being paid to say that, but given the price point, I'm kind of impressed.
Yeah.
It's certainly hardened to some degree, and it's flat. For my purposes, I feel like it would be great. Yeah, I mean, I think for sure the intended audience for this is like, you know, the hobbyist blacksmith, or someone like me who doesn't always do any smithing or hammering, or I do, but very seldomly. So I wouldn't abuse this like a full-time blacksmith would. Interesting.
Cool.
Oh no. We're gonna try a thing.
Success is not the goal.
Success, in fact, would be a surprise. Success is an unfortunate byproduct of what we're trying to do. All right, so this anvil, it's very nice. It's very cheap, it's very from China. I'm gonna pretend to be the blacksmith. I'm gonna be the stand-in blacksmith. don't not know what I'm doing, but I am no metallurgist and I am no Jed Curtis with a chemistry and metallurgical background, obviously. I'm gonna take some steel. Let's find some steel. That looks good. That's a freaking hunk.
Yeah.
A little smaller, that'd be fine. What I'm going to attempt to do, I'm just gonna cut off the foot of this metal, and I'm gonna use my forge and this shiny new anvil to make a knife shape. What could possibly go wrong? Watch your eyebrows.
Blind welder than I am with 2 eyeballs.
Yeah, right. I know, right? It's not bad. I'm a trained professional on a closed course. All right, let's make this hot. There's a reason most blacksmiths put them on a big log. And that's because the wood helps absorb some of the shock. That kind of sucks, but that's all right. I have no idea what I'm doing. I know what knives look like though, so. Dude, this thing feels real good.
Yeah.
There's something way different about hitting an anvil that's actually hard. You feel like you're getting more work per blow, you know?
Probably are.
Survey says, you are. Yeah, no battle scars yet. I mean, already that's the hardest thing I'm ever gonna be hitting on this, so. My wrist has been killing me for like a month. This is the last thing I need to be doing.
To play the tournament next weekend, remember that.
Yeah, I got a disc golf tournament coming up. This anvil's loud as hell.
Yes, dude. It sings.
If it was,
Just like going at this, or did you look up like how to do it?
I mean, I know what knives look like, so
It's not supposed to be
I'm
like
just-
thinner first.
huh?
Like flatten it thinner first.
I think you grind it thinner, technically. I'm just trying to get a profile, and then I'll grind it.
Samurai steak knife.
Oh.
Sort of shape. And then,
Mostly straight except for the tip.
yeah, so I'm just working on that right now. I might try to draw it out some. And then like that part will be beveled. This part will stay thick, and then I'll bevel grind this part. And then at some point we'll cut up for like a hand relief.
Yeah.
Yeah, so actually, when I missed the steel and blasted the anvil head on, I did put a dent in it. And it is starting to get some battle scars.
Yeah.
That was full force right on the edge of the top. And it put a dent. I mean, obviously it's still flat.
Yeah.
We've already shown this, but hear that? This is for sure a grower, not a shower. It's flat. First thing I could smell was the paint burning off of it. Jesus, all this blue paint's just gonna get melted.
Oh, I smell that too.
We're about out of gas, so this is gonna be my last. I'm gonna let it get as hot as possible. This is my last.
Last bangarang.
I gotta work real fast. It's so bad. It's so bad. It looks like a tongue. Oh, my welds are breaking off. I'm losing my handle. All right, just get it straight. Just get it flat. So now is when we say the blacksmithing equivalent of we'll fix it in post, which is I'll just grind it into a knife shape. Yeah.
Oh, there it goes.
Tools down!
Ta-da!
Instead of it tapering on one side, it just goes to a point on both sides. Let's go for the quench.
Oh God.
None of this makes any sense. Metallurgically speaking, I have no idea what I've just done. I don't know how hot it was when I quenched it. I don't know if you can water quench A36 steel. All right, let's grind it. All right, so I had a thought while I was waiting for a bucket to fill with water. This is still savable. If I cut that out and then grind to this line, we may have something that resembles a knife. I feel like I'm rushing this. Because I am.
Yep. Okay.
Shortcut. Hey, look, it's a knife. I'm a blacksmith. All right, here goes nothing. Even, but
dude, it looks good.
Nice.
Okay.
This thing is so soft right now.
Look at that.
I guess the anvil's all right.
I got so sucked into the knife.
I mean, it's a sick knife.
Dude, it actually looks good. It certainly gives the illusion of kniveliness.
If you can't forge, get good at grinding. This is the first knife I've ever made. And it's not a knife. But as a starting point for an anvil, and just an environment to start putting together to make knives, honestly, I would say the grinder is worth more of an investment up front than the anvil. But just having something that's hard enough to get a basic shape, you know, with a better forge, more propane, a hotter forge, the right steel, you could certainly become a fairly good bladesmith, I would imagine, with an anvil like this. So, did it get dented? Yes. Within 10 minutes? Absolutely. Is it as hard as a good anvil? No. Is it as expensive as a good anvil? No. Is it a good anvil? Yeah, depending on your use case. So, reminder, this was not sponsored by VEVOR. They sent this anvil with no stipulations, just a verbal agreement that we would do a thing. But, exciting news, we've got some things going on. This is the 132-pound blacksmith anvil. You can use the code VVSHARE to save $5 on VEVOR's website, or VVPRO to save 5% off your next purchase. So there's a million tools out there. It's kind of like Harbor Freight, where there's a kind of a version of everything, and among all those things is this anvil. I feel awful lucky they reached out to send this to me. I had a great time reviewing it. If you want to send us some tools that you want us to mishandle in the interest of quality control, you know where to find us. Email me, tay@liftdarkstudios.com. Drop a like, drop a comment, let me know what you think. Let me know if you would buy this anvil. So, guys, I feel awful fortunate to be in the position where our YouTube channel has grown to the point that companies are volunteering to send us free things. And because I bought this with my own money like 4 years ago, and I've used it and enjoyed it and made money with it, I think it's very clear that I will appreciate and get lots of use out of something like this. See you next time on Lift Dark Builds.